It's Whinstone Data Center in Rockdale, Texas. That's right, Rockdale, Texas. And, I was going to make this, like, super fancy graphical image, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and all the holiday seasons. But I thought, I've been making these videos now since the acquisition of Whinstone by Riot and this May. And I thought, I should just make you a video coming from me right to you, talking about how grateful we are to have you along our experience here. So in Rockdale, Texas, this facility, we started construction of the expansion this summer, and I'm inside of building F, and behind me right there, those are all miners that are running on immersion, and you can see behind me, this side here is getting ready, and further down the way, we have more immersion systems that are being put together. Our teams have literally, like our crews finished last night, and today is December 24th, and we have given everybody off until Monday. Obviously, it's the holidays, and it's times for families and these people that have been working so hard, and a lot of people are not necessarily, their families aren't here in Texas, and so they're all traveling, and it takes time to get to them. And so how you have to think about it is that these teams have worked literally around the clock to make this happen, and it has been just incredible. And so here in the 400 megawatt expansion in Rockdale, we now have completed, and I've shown you videos in overhead, our 400 megawatt expansion of our substation. In addition, down at the very end, we have added an additional 100 megawatts, which I've talked about, as a spinning reserve that allows us to do maintenance and service work to this facility in the event we do have a failure or we need to do something. And I can tell you, high voltage power requires lots of maintenance. A lot of people don't talk about it, but there's preventative maintenance that you have to do on a regular basis. And in the event you do have a problem, you do have to shut things down and take precautionary measures. And so that's actually why we added that additional 100 megawatt power transformer. And so you've heard me talk about building F. There I am standing now on building E slab. So we started pouring this at the end of last week. I was in Denver at ESS Metron, which was acquired by Riot blockchain on December 1st. And while I was gone, it was gone for 24 hours. They poured this slab, and you can see all the way down there at the end, they're getting ready for another pour, and also they're getting ready to pour the first pour on building G, which is the second 100 megawatt structure that we're installing that is for liquid immersion. So building F, I've talked about liquid immersion. Building G is liquid immersion. And then directly behind me here, you can see building D. The structural steel is erected. They're starting to put the roof on. They're putting the sidewalls in. It looks like they only have 2 transformers. Right. There's 2 transformers left to install. Then all the transformers for that building are in place. All of the switch gear is here. So as soon as they finish the roof, we'll get the switch gear in place and we'll start pulling wire. You can see directly behind me here, all the coolers are in place for the first, let's think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 transformers installed. So that's 8 transformers. That's 5, 10, 15, 20 megawatts of capacity that's going to be ready here I'm on the east side of building F. And it looks like I saw a little earlier, it looks like they're almost close to matching it on the other side. So we'll get those miners on as we get deployment, making sure that we're doing it right, getting all the IP addresses set, and all the correct procedures to make sure that we have a successful deployment and continued operations here at the facility. Some of the other things that have gone on here, we have poured an incredible amount of concrete. And what I mean by that is we're installing roads to make it easier for our crews to get around. This has been a massive construction site since January of 2019, and we're trying to make it easier to work at. So in order to do that, you start having to pour roads, easy access. We're also installing landscape, large rock material around the building drainage, which we now have finally found the right solution. It only took us 3 attempts to figure it out, but you know, when you don't first succeed, you continue to try until you come up with a solution. Some of the other things that you'll start seeing come around, our true landscaping is going to start at the front of the facility starting in January. We have a whole big landscape plan that's going on. We're hoping to continue that throughout the facility just so it looks nice. You know, I come from a landscaping background. I do like flowers, and it does make things just look nicer in general. Our laydown yard is going to turn into our inventory facility, and that inventory facility will be where everything happens here at Riot's Whinstone in Rockdale, Texas. And as we continue to develop this building and also these facilities, we'll be creating opportunity for more employees. It looks like we're going to have to hire at least another 400 employees here in Rockdale, Texas. Considering that our company today, company-wide, between Los Angeles, Denver, Castle Rock, Denver, ESS Metron, Riot in Austin, and then in Rockdale, we're 400 plus strong. It takes a lot to make something like this work. It takes a team that's dedicated, that's passionate, and believes in working together. And that is one thing that has happened. I'm grateful to have this opportunity to make these videos and to show you actually what goes on here on a regular basis as we build this company. I showed a picture yesterday on Twitter of 2018 to 2021, and it was 3 miners to then a 700 megawatt facility. That didn't happen overnight. It took, like I said, dedication, it took vision, it took hard work, and it took passion. And all those things only happen from one thing, and it's people. I'm Çhad Harris, Riot's Whinstone Data Center, right here in the great state of Texas, in Rockdale, wishing you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, from all of our families to yours.